Mansfield today, nice to have you with us once again. The whole of this month of September, we are looking at certain heritage products in different forms and all that, and where they come from, where they're going to, what they've done for the country, and why they've become heritage products. Now, these products, the two that we're going to be chatting about today, are not necessarily old products as such. The fruit that they come from is very, very old, but the companies are not necessarily way back to the 1800s in that sense. But they are two products which are exported and acknowledged internationally, and are also available in different forms in the country as well. They also happen to come from a part of the country that's very dear to my heart, because that's where I came from originally, down in the Eastern Cape. So let's first go to the Sundays River Valley, and that's where we find Lisa Garrett, who's the marketing manager of Sogo Organic. Lisa, thank you very much for taking time out to join us on Mansfield today. Just tell us a bit about this company or this grouping called Sogo Organic.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah, there is a little bit of a history. I mean, SOGA, the acronym SOGA, it comes from Sundays Organic Growers Association. That's what it stands for. And they were actually formed way back in 2005 when four SOGA, or the four organic growers, citrus growers, came together and just decided to put their heads together in terms of research and logistics and exports, marketing to international buyers. So they've been going for about 16 years. But the nature of organic farming is that you have a lot more waste in terms of export quality. There's no organic standards in South Africa. So, just if the fruit's a little bit big or too small or a tiny little mark on the fruit, it's not, accepted for export quality. So all that fruit needs to go somewhere. And it used to go to conventional processors, or be fed to the cattle. So then in 2012, the four SOGA growers decided to start their own processing plant in Kirkwood. All the farms are in about 50k radius from each other, so it's all nice and close. And Sundays River Citrus Company, SRCC, handles their fresh fruit export. So they decided to put up a juicing plant, and because the waste is about, easy 30% of the fruit can't be exported. So what do we do with that? And that is basically how Sogo Organic was born. And that's when I joined the company. My husband, he manages one of the organic farms. And so that's where I joined as, marketing manager at the start of Sogo Organic. So we decided to keep the acronym Sogo Organic, SOGA. And we registered Sogo Organic Pty Limited. And that is basically the processing side. So initially we only process juice. We also do citrus oils. And it was all for the export market because there wasn't really a market in South Africa. Maybe for a drum or two here or there, but we had 2,000 tons of juice and we had to move it, to try and get the company on its feet. So initially, the first few years, we just exported not from concentrate juice, NFC juice as it's called. And we had one buyer in Holland, and they said they'll take it all. So that was really the first 2-3 years. And then we really had to start with a blank canvas because we were the first and the only certified organic citrus processor in South Africa, in little Kirkwood. So yes, it was challenging times, and we had to get our organic certification passed. I mean, it's a very rigorous certification because, like I said, there's no organic standards in South Africa. So we have to adhere to the EU and NOP for America standards. So we got all our certification in place, and by the end of 2012, our certification was approved. And and then for the next 2-3 years, we did the wholesale juice and oils. And then our retail baby that's now locally available was born in December 2015.
Okay, so your market's now still primarily overseas, the EU. As what particular states within the EU have you targeted? And you also mentioned America there.
Yes, so Sogo Organic, they're based in Holland. So most of our juice is exported to Rotterdam. And Sogo also has an arm in the USA. So we export to Europe and to the USA. And then we also have a big lemon juice buyer in Sicily and that we export to Italy. So those are our main buyers. This year was the first year we actually exported 2 containers to Canada as well, unpasteurized. There's so much to say about Sogo because we've evolved through the years, and we've actually put new technology in place about 2 years ago. It's called IceGen technology that enables us to also do unpasteurized citrus juice. So we do all sorts of varieties, orange and lemon and ruby grapefruit. We do mandarin or nachi juice. And but our dream was always how are we going to make this juice accessible to the local market? We are proudly South African, proudly Eastern Cape company, and everything, lands up on a ship overseas. So our dream was really to try and get this product to the South African consumer. And that was the birth of our retail product in December 2015. Then we launched our first 2 orange juice products locally.
Now, if somebody is watching this particular YouTube clip and they want to access your product in South Africa, bearing in mind that this show is watched anywhere in the world, but if you are in South Africa and you wanted to access this product, where would you be able to find it? I mean, where are you? Who are you retailing through in South Africa?
Okay. Yeah, Jeremy, initially, the first 2 years we were all new to retail. So we literally launched in a handful of Food Lovers Market stores just to learn the whole retail market and everything that goes with it. And since then, so in the last 3 years, 2-3 years, we've expanded our footprint quite substantially. So we're now in selected national retailers, not in all of them, but in selected stores within Spar, Checkers, Pick n Pay family stores. Dis-Chem is a big supporter of ours, Wellness Warehouse, and then obviously a whole bunch of organic stores, organic-orientated delis, certain restaurants. So we probably have about 350 to 400 stores, delis, and national retailers currently stocking our retail product range. And I mean, our retail products, like I said, it's the first and only certified organic citrus juice in South Africa. There's actually no competition. I think people have forgotten what real juice tastes like. And all our products are single ingredient products. So you can be assured that the product is the only ingredient and the only ingredient is the product. It's just frozen citrus juice. So we have an orange juice, we have a ruby grapefruit juice, we have a little orange rocket that the kids love. It's like a popsicle. We also do a frozen lemon juice that we do in a convenient little cube, a 10 milliliter sachet. That's lovely. We all run out of lemons. I live on a lemon farm and we run out of lemons. So that you can just drizzle over your fish or pop into your gin and tonic or whatever you want to do, your lemon water. And then based on demand, people have asked us to also do the lemon juice in a 250 ml, for cooking and baking and stuff. And we're launching a brand new product on Wednesday. Well, it's also orange juice, but in brand new packaging, which is environmentally friendly packaging, which is very exciting. It's a bit of a trial that we're doing because, again, we've had to do our own internal testing. It's not like we can go and ask people, how do you do this or can this work? We have to do our own testing in-house. So, but we're very excited about that as well.
Lisa, Thank you very much for joining us. We wish you all the best. If people want to find out more about your products, I take it they can go to your website. Will you give us those details, please?
Yes. Yes, so it's just SOGA, Soga Organic, no S, .co.za. So SOGA organic.co.za. Yes, and I encourage you to, there's a little video clip, it's about 4 minutes, but it really just tells you a little bit about why the farmers also, what convinced them to farm organic. You know, if you're commercially driven, you'll never make it. It's got to be in your heart. It's got to be part of your moral beliefs, to farm organic. It's very challenging, but it's also very rewarding. And we're very proud to be, to grow and package and the only certified organic citrus juice in South Africa, right here in the Eastern Cape. We're very proud of that. And I think, I just want to encourage people to go try the product. Let us know what you think. We're also on social media, Facebook and Instagram. So follow our pages, find out more. And like I said, we've got a brand new packaging launching on Wednesday. It's certified compostable packaging, which we're very excited about. So, I just want to encourage everyone to go and try it. It's unique and it's one of a kind.
Well, she's certainly got the passion to be a marketing executive, and that's what she is, of Sogo Organic, Lisa Garrett. Let's go up the road now from the Sundays River to the East London area, and we're joined by another company that is in a fairly similar sort of situation. That particular company is Summer Pride, and we're joined by the CEO of Summer Pride, Anthony Albers. Anthony, thank you very much for taking time out to join us. Another Eastern Cape company that's doing fantastic work, both locally and internationally. Tell us a bit about Summer Pride first, Anthony.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Summer Pride is the pineapple agro-processing company for the Eastern Cape. Pineapple industry. As a matter of interest, pineapples were first planted in the Eastern Cape in 1865. So we've got a long history of them being commercially or planted and commercially farmed in this part of the world. Summer Pride itself was formed in 1958. It was originally part of the old Langeberg Group back in the day, and in 1994 was bought over by its commercial farmers, and back then was a pineapple canning business until 2008, when a decision was made to cease canning pineapples, largely because of the fact that we are quite a small producer in terms of the world. We're probably 6% of the world market at best, and we're always a price taker. And the price of canned pineapples is a wildly volatile commodity. So a decision was made in 2008 to convert the business to a juice concentrate only factory, which makes us one of very few pineapple processing companies in the world that do juice only. And we've been packing aseptically packed pineapple juice concentrate now since 2008. We have a fairly unique product in that we are the furthest commercial growing and processing company, as far as we know, away from the equator in the world. And this gives our product a very, very distinctive taste, largely around its sweetness and acidity profile. So it's quite sought after as a blend product for use in products like tropical punch, etc. We currently send about 90% of what we produce offshore, largely our biggest market being Europe. And as Lisa mentioned, we also go in via Rotterdam, but we supply most of the European market all the way to Russia. About 40%, that's about 50% of what we produce. About 40% of what we produce goes into South and Central America, right down at the bottom, Chile, Argentina, those markets as far up as Mexico. And we supply about 10% of our product locally.
Okay, now you say this concentrate is used in blends and all the rest of it, but
Yes.
your source is still the pineapples of the Eastern Cape, which, as you said, gives them a very distinctive, gives the concentrate a very distinctive flavour. You also mentioned, and I'm building up to something here, I'm taking my time because I'm passionate about pineapples. My family is in one way or the other been involved in pineapples for years now. But you said we only represent, or you guys only represent about 6% of that market. Surely, under those circumstances, other major producers can determine prices if they decide to dump their products. You know, huge producers like, I'm thinking places like Thailand and that.
Yes, this is our single biggest challenge. Is that we are a price taker. Pineapple juice concentrate in the form that we supply it now as an ingredient, and it's largely a blend product. And as such, we're pretty much at the mercy of the big producers out there in the world, and most particularly Thailand, who over the years, because they operate a very decentralized model, unlike us where we have roughly 22 dedicated commercial growers that supply this factory. In Thailand, they have a much more decentralized model where they rely on thousands of very small farmers in the main. And what happens often is as prices go up, in the past, what's happened is they've ended up in an oversupply situation, and then effectively flooded the world market, crashed the prices, and the cycle starts all over again. And to try and combat this, we've walked a path that was quite similar to Sogo. I was listening to Lisa talking about forward integration. And over the last 3 years, we decided that we were going to climb up the value chain and try and put ourselves into a more stable market. And that would be putting a product on the shelf as a retail product. We invested quite a lot of time and effort into launching or getting a product ready for launch, which was uniquely South African. We combined pineapple juice with its well-known healthy benefits, with a number of uniquely South African ingredients such as buchu, rooibos, which have been used in this country as folk remedies for hundreds of years. And we took this product off to America, managed to convince 7-Eleven over there that it would be a good idea to stock us. And we're about to launch a product into a limited market to start in California, which was pineapple and buchu and pineapple and red rooibos. And along came COVID. We were due to launch in May 2020, and COVID came along, and basically that entire project was was put on hold by 7-Eleven at the time. I think with good reason. You wouldn't have been able to achieve, I don't think a reasonable. The whole idea in the beginning was to launch it, and to give you some idea of the scale, we were launching into a limited market of 400 stores in California. 7-Eleven in the US has over 10,500 stores. So it was to be a limited launch to see what the feedback was in terms of the product, how to market it, etc. And had the launch been successful, then a rollout would have followed. It was to be a hot filled product, put in a glass bottle, and on the shelf at a reasonable price. So yes, it was a little bit of a stumbling block, and we basically in a little bit of a holding pattern at the moment, and waiting, I guess, until the time is right, and then we will, reinvigorate this entire project and hopefully a launch in the near future.
Well, we wish you all the best with that. Well, I suppose you'd have to call it a sort of relaunch at this stage. But
yes.
Yeah. But thank you for taking time out to join us on Mansfield today. Anthony Alves is the chief executive of Summer Pride Foods. So there, 2 South African products, both from the Eastern Cape, both of them making inroads into the international market, and both giving us that sense of pride around our South African products in this Heritage Month, right here on Mansfield Today. Thank you very much for joining us, and until next time, cheery bye.